Hi, Amy. Oh, I made the game lower. Sorry. It's gonna take me forever to get used to that. Because when you like first got introduced on Twitch, we never used your user. That's true. He did dox you, so in reality, every time you yell at me, you should actually just yell at him. Okay. Should I check my audio? I'm sure my audio is fine. It looks like I'm louder than my really quiet music. Maybe. I can't really tell. Just realized that I don't really have a second monitor. So I think I'm gonna have to like keep my stream on my phone for now until I buy a second monitor. So maybe I should do that. Hi Sora, how are you? I'm doing good. I'm trying to get my Twitch stream up on my phone because I don't have a second monitor and I'm not gonna be able to read chat without my phone. Hi Costco. I actually have water around me, so I can hydrate. Okay. I wanted to build a like apartment type thing for this like new Sims family I made, who are currently sitting on an empty lot over here. So they're hanging out, but I gotta make them an apartment. And I couldn't figure out what world I want them to live in, but I think I'm gonna put them in Windenburg because I like Windenburg. And there's a lot to do in Windenburg, and I wanted to try to use one of these because I haven't used any of these worlds yet. But I didn't really like them when I looked at them. So we're gonna go to Windenburg because that world is always good. Give me your phone. Thank you. Is your phone dying? No, it's not. Guys, Coot won't stream with me. Can you believe that? Okay. I don't even come up when I search on your phone. Following. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so I wanted to build on... I wanted to build on this lot, I think. I was thinking about doing this one, but this already has a bunch of Sims living in it. I don't know. Should we do this lot? Because this lot is meant to be like a bunch of roommates living together, so it might actually be kind of good. But also, this feels like a lot. This would be a lot of work to renovate. And I don't know if I want to do that right now. Yeah, I don't know. I think I might not do that. Plus, it's like not... I want to make an actual Tudor house. Because I really like Tudor houses. So I think I'm going to do this lot. Because this one will probably be too small. And I don't want to get rid of... Yeah, I don't want to get rid of any of the lots that already are here. We could also do this, but I feel like if you're going to rent like an apartment or something, it would definitely be here. Because this is like the city district. So we'll do that. And then I'm gonna have to pull up a reference picture as well. So maybe I should find a reference picture. My sound alerts don't work right now, Sora. I don't have any of that stuff set up. I don't think. I actually don't even remember how to set that stuff up because I don't really remember why it doesn't work anymore. I think there was like an update a long time ago. I don't know. I don't remember. It's okay. I'll refund the points later. Okay, we need to find like a two-door house to use as our inspiration pictures. The real question is, do we want this to be built as if it was a house, or do we want to build it as if it was a house that was renovated into an apartment, or was it built in Tudor style and was it already an apartment? Because that would change the exterior a lot. We also don't have a lot of space though. This kind of looks like it would be a tavern. Let me pull up this on my stream for you guys. Honestly, we should make a tavern in this game. That would be fun. Oh, but that makes me want to save the inspiration I'm looking at right now to use for like a tavern build. Let me switch my screen capture for a second so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I don't don't know if this recognizes that I have something up. It definitely does not recognize. I don't know, it's not recognizing this. Okay, I'll just save it and put it on my screen instead. Image. Downloads. Oh my goodness, it's massive. I was looking at this picture, which reminds me a lot of Traveler's Rest. So I feel like it would be kind of fun to make in The Sims, but then I'm like, should I save something like this to actually make a tavern? But that feels like a waste because I don't know when I'm going to actually build a tavern. I don't know. We can use this as an inspo and then change it if we want to. What picture is this? Okay. I'm going to scoot myself over here and put this so that we can remember this is my reference picture. Yeah, so that'll be our reference picture. Which is actually kind of good because then I'm not going to have to like go back and forth since it's already on the stream. Okay, so let me lock those in. I kind of miss the days when Twitch Studio was a thing because Twitch Studio was so much easier for me to use than using OBS. But I'm sure OBS is like better and probably easier when you're like familiar with it. But I just don't like it as much. Okay. So I want to make this a rentable area. And I'm probably just going to completely delete what was already here. And we're just going to build a little townhouse. Well, I guess it won't be a townhouse. I'm also going to have to make neighbors then if I want to do... Do we want to have like an outdoor area for each like apartment? This would definitely be like the centralized entry area, but then that kind of puts the house off to the side. Like if I build from here, I'm gonna do like another smaller house here. Maybe this isn't that great of a reference picture. Maybe I should look for something a little bit better. Because this is a lot of space. We could definitely make... We could also just like stack a bunch of houses next to each other. I don't know. Let's start with these two and then see what we do after. I definitely want these to be on a... Oh, maybe we can make a little parking lot, actually. Although, there's really no way for a car to come in here. And there's also no cars in the game. Oh, and then let's turn on our cheats. I just re-download The Sims, so everything, it like thinks that everything I have is new, but it's not. And it's really annoying because when you re-download The Sims, it like pulls up the bajillion pop-ups for each pack, and I hate it. It drives me crazy. Do we want to do small height or medium? I'm just thinking if we do medium wall height, we might be able to get a nicer door. Like, that's actually way too fancy. Maybe small height is for the best. I'm gonna look in Windenburg's. Well, these type of doors might also work. But they're kind of scary. Let me see what packs, or what came in this pack, because I can't imagine it being that great of items, but yeah. This might be okay. The second question is, do we want this to like Do we want like separate entryways for each apartment, or do we want like an opened hallway and then you like walk into your apartment? I always really hate how Tudor houses have it like sticking out like this off the top. I feel like it looks super weird. Oh, I accidentally made this medium wall height. I'm just gonna stick these out like one each probably. This does not feel proportionate. I do stream, apparently. I don't know, I was bored today. And I really wanted to play The Sims, but anytime I like play The Sims, I always feel like I should record it, but I didn't really feel like recording, so I was like, why don't I just stream it? So now I'm here streaming it. But I also forgot that I don't have a second monitor, so I have the stream pulled up on Coot's phone so that I can watch chat. And it's going to be summer soon, and I'm not working this summer, so I actually will have time to stream. That doesn't look bad. I don't know if it looks good. This feels really tall. I think I want to make these way shorter. Okay, but now it looks too wide. I also don't know how many Sims I want to be living here yet. I don't know if I like this roofing situation. But other houses have similar stuff going on. It just looks very bizarre from the side because this is like sticking out. So then it makes me think that maybe I need to like pull this out or something. I don't know. I want to play Reanimal with Kai soon on stream. So my last like final. Okay, that looks extra goofy. Is it okay that it looks goofy though, or is it bad that it looks goofy? I feel like Tudor houses do look goofy though. So if they're meant to look goofy, does that make it okay? Reanikai. Sure. Yeah, so I want to play that with Kai soon. And I want Coot to play games with me, but he refuses to. So I'm gonna have to convince him to play games with me somehow. I really don't like how this looks. I feel like this does not look like the picture. But this is how they have their roofing. It just is ugly. I guess maybe this would look ugly from the side. We could also do something like this image. Let me pull it up. Could also do something like this. Thank you for the bits, Xora. I'm trying to think if something like that would look good though. This kind of looks like a side view of the other picture that we already have up, so maybe this will like helps a little bit with clarifying. I'm gonna keep that up for a second just so that I could try to copy the picture. So they actually have this roof like going out towards this, and then they keep this fully. I guess this would have to be pulled up. The only thing is their roof like stops and starts because it doesn't have this like overhang here. So to do that in The Sims, we would have to change some stuff. Because we can't just like get rid of the overhang. This is gonna be so finicky. We would have to do something like this. And then we can pull the overhang back. But that just kind of looks weird. But we could also pull this in so it's not as... Yeah, I kind of hate that. We're not doing that. That's weird. I'm gonna put this back inwards. And I don't know what we're gonna do about this situation. So we're just going to ignore it and move on until I figure out a better situation. And then we'll put like a little chimney here. This is really gonna bother me that it's not. But if we do it like this, does it matter that it's overhanging on it? I feel like it just looks worse no matter what you do. Unless I just pull this all out by one, which maybe I should do that. Remember why I don't like building to-door houses now? They're so weird. And then we'll put out our chimney here instead. Yeah, we can do something like that. I think that looks okay. I don't really know what happened here, why they have different heights now, but whatever. Okay. This should be enough space. I can't remember how many Sims. You can have eight Sims, but I don't know how many you can have living in one rental. I'm assuming it's 8 per each rental, but then how many rentals can you have is probably like, is it like 5 or 6 or something? I don't know. We'll just have to test it out and see. Okay, so that'll be our downstairs and our upstairs. Not sure what we're gonna do with this space over here. I am thinking about maybe we can make it like a fake parking lot. Or we can put like a nice little sitting area. I also feel like this roof looks a little bit wide. Does anyone else think that looks wide? Should I make it a little bit smaller? Like proportion-wise, is that better? No, that's worse. Never mind. I take it all back. Also, should we center this so it's like going in this way or not? Like, should it be more centered? What the heck? What's happening over there? A parking lot as a domicile is an interesting concept. that better or worse? I feel like it's better. I'm gonna leave it like this, and then we can change it later if we don't like it, because that's not a really big change. And then I'm gonna put like the entryway here. We don't have a lot of Tudor style doors. I'm actually gonna get rid of that picture now. We don't need it anymore. And it's taking up a lot of space on our screen. But what if instead of like having drive-in theaters, you had like drive-in living spaces for parking lots? I guess they have them. So like rented, it's basically like renting a like place for your like RV and stuff. You could like rent one parking lot spot as your little domicile. That might be a good door. Two doors like so not my thing. I feel like that looks too fancy to be an outdoor door. Like the wood needs to look more weathered if that was gonna be the door we picked. I just don't think we have a lot of options for doing some kind of... This might also be kind of cool, but I don't really think it's the style we're going for. The only other option is this one. So we can keep these as options. Let me get the floor plan figured out before we go too far in this build. First question is, where do we want the staircase? Because that will determine like basically everything. And then the second thing is, let's see. I don't know why, but I started thinking about how if you had to move in here, the staircases should be large enough. But that doesn't really matter in The Sims because you're never going to be moving furniture. I was thinking about it recently because Kylo moved recently and... Oh, this is bad. Okay, maybe we can pull this out one. So that there's not like a weird... Yeah. So that there's not like a weird thing going on over there. Okay, so this could be like one unit over here. And then we have a second unit over here. I'm gonna pull this to the back maybe. Yeah. Second unit, first unit. This will have to be like some really weird... This is gonna be a really weird like entry area because I would want basically all of this to be... Should I put the stairs somewhere else if I'm gonna do that? Because then you would also block out this area. Probably. This could be a bathroom for one of the townhouses. Or apartments, I mean. And then they would enter here and here, unless we wanted to make this like two separate units as well. I don't know. This is really wonky looking though, having it like this. I don't like that. Maybe this isn't an apartment at all. Maybe this is like some sort of lobby area. Do apartments ever have lobbies? I don't know. And then this would be one unit. And then this could be like 2 units or something. That is true. Wild, that's true. So yeah, maybe this could be like a hallway entry. You'll have 1 unit there, 1 unit on this side, 1 or 2 units over here, and then this will be some sort of shared space. Maybe I could put like a shared laundry room and stuff in here or something. Maybe like a little dumpster area. Oh, we should make a dumpster area. And then like another living apartment situation here. It also depends how big we want to make the apartments. I don't know. How big should we make the apartments? I have a really hard time knowing scale for apartments. It's like, what's too big and what's too small? This looks super goofy. We can also always extend this backwards. Actually, you probably should extend it backwards because we have the space too, and I'm not going to use the space for anything else. And otherwise the back looks really sad. Although no one's ever going to be looking back here anyways. What did I do here? I just like 2 spaces back, 1 space in. So 1 space in, 2 spaces back. And then this is how wide? 7 wide. And then this would be 1 wider. Okay, this is gonna make the apartments a lot bigger, so maybe that's a good thing. And then we would do the same thing here, except I think this one's only 1 wider than the other one, or no? What the heck is happening here? This looks really weird. Okay. No, okay, so this doesn't get pulled out, but this one gets pulled out by 1. Right here. Oh, this needs to be out by 1 more. My bad. There. And then this comes out by 1 more as well. And then we can pull the roof out. This looks so wonky from the side. I'm gonna have to cover this up with so many trees. Still don't know what happened to the roof here. One of them is just wider than the other. We can bring it back in. Do we like that though? Maybe. Actually, probably, yeah. Okay. So that makes the interior a little bit bigger, which is probably good. Still not sure how I'm going to do this hallway space yet. This is probably going to have to be all 1 unit because otherwise, if I like cut this in half, that's going to be so small. So this will be 1 unit, which is really small, and then this will be 1 unit. Should we just make this whole thing 1 unit too? I mean, technically we could like split it. We could like, that's so small. Never mind, we're not doing that. This will all be 1 unit. So we'll have 3 units in this place, which I think is pretty decent. We could maybe even fit a 4th one if we wanted to cut like this entry area down a little bit and have some like really small unit over here, like a studio apartment type situation. So that's also an option. You're definitely the newest viewer I've had yet, Costco. Okay, let's try this layout for now. I think this is okay. It's not great, but it's like okay. I don't like how much space is in the back of this. Should I bring this forward? Oh, I did not mean to do that. Yeah, that might be better, and it gives a little bit more space to like enter into your apartment. And then this can become, maybe this should become part of that apartment and it can become a bathroom or something. I don't know. I'm gonna leave this wall here for a second so I remember that. I think I kind of like this door better than this door, so we're gonna use that door. The only other thing we're missing is that I haven't added any sort of like balcony. Which I guess technically under these areas, like the bottom floors could have balconies. I guess they'd be more like porches than balconies. But I feel like adding anything up here would look weird, so I don't know if we should. But I am gonna add a little thing here, and then we can add some stairs. Probably from this. We also need to figure out what kind of like wood tones we want to go for. And then actually, do we want it to be like that, or do we just want like a little entry like that? I feel like that looks worse. We'll do this. And then let's get our wallpapers figured out. That is my dog whining. Should we break that down a little bit more? That's actually really small, never mind. I don't really know what this space will be though. Maybe this would be like a bathroom. This is a really awkward living situation, like living space section. Maybe these are too small. Maybe I need to make them a little bit bigger. Because I want at least one of these to have 2 bedrooms. And this layout makes that kind of impossible. The rest can be 1 bedroom, I don't really care that much. But I want one of them to be 2 bedroom. I could also do this. That gives it a little bit more space. This could maybe be a bathroom section. Then we would have like a bedroom here. This could maybe be like a closet. But that gives you so little space, which makes me think maybe I just pulled this out more. Which might be fine. Like we can increase this area up here. And we can add space to the bottom too if this like looks wonky. But actually that kind of feels very Tudor-esque, so maybe it's fine. But that gives us a little bit more space here. Space for what? I don't know yet. Still trying to figure out this. I feel like it would have to be way wider. Because we would want ideally this to be the whole living area, I think. And then this could be like a small bedroom. Which means we would need to fit a bathroom, which we could maybe fit a bathroom here. We could also put a little bit more space by making this like 1 tile wide instead. But that won't really give us a lot more space in terms of like a bathroom. Which means that I'll have to make this space bigger as well. So I think it would have to be like at least this big. And that would fit an additional bedroom and a bathroom. And then we could keep our like larger staircase. And that means the space maybe we could still steal and give to the other side so that they can have enough space for a better bathroom. And that would give us 2 bedrooms with space for a bathroom over here. We could like split this so that we have like a half bath and then a whole bath or something. Actually, we'd probably want it to be... we want it to be the other way around. Like this. Or maybe this is like a closet space or something. I don't know. But that leaves space for 2 bedrooms and then like an open concept living area. And then here we would have... I actually don't know what because this looks really wonky as well. I guess they could get lucky enough to have a fireplace because they're right next to the chimney. This is too short. I'm gonna have to make this taller. Do we want to keep the chimney there or do we want to bring it forward? I guess usually chimneys are in the back of the house, but this feels like too far back. Oh, we could also do this, which is like the little... and then put like a little roof piece here so it kind of slopes. That might be cool. We'll see. Hello? What's happening? Why is this not wanting to... there we go. And then we'll need to add a top piece because it's still too short. Maybe that's too tall though. I don't know. That might be good. Maybe. And we'll have to fix this. Maybe we can put another unit downstairs, I guess. I guess we'll just have a bigger unit downstairs. Oh, wait. But how do you enter through here? Because the entrance would have to be there. I'm gonna have to move the staircase somewhere else. We could have put the staircase in the middle, maybe. That would have been bad, though. I take that back. Never mind. That means that I'd probably want to move the staircase like this, which is kind of gross. Which means I probably don't make this a unit. But also, it's kind of weird that you, like, enter and then wrap around to get to that. Looks weird. I'm just gonna bring this as far back as I can and see if that helps. Okay, that does help. That gives us, like, one tile of space. The reason I was trying to avoid this is because I thought it'd be weird if this, like, the doors are, like, right there, but maybe that's kind of inevitable. So we'll just leave it like this. Why was it doing that? What? There we go. I don't know why the stairs are... Oh, they're glitching because I delete this? What? That doesn't make any sense. I don't know why you would need... Whatever. I don't care. It's fine. The wall wants to be there? It can be there. Okay. So now we're going to have to fix this piece that we've put over here. That looks super weird. Actually, there was a house that was on Zillow, or the area I live in, and they actually had this like really goofy like parking situation right here, and it was covered like this. And I know that looks super weird, but that's what it actually looked like. And maybe that would be kind of fun to keep in The Sims. So maybe we can do that. And that might be cool. I don't know what we'll do with this space because I don't want to use it for a parking spot because we don't have cars in this game anyways. But then that might be okay. And then this would be like a really small unit down here. I don't know what this would be actually. It looks really bizarre. We could make this one big unit, actually. This could connect to this room. So this could become one bigger unit, and then here we would have some sort of like public space for something. Yeah, that might be okay. And then we can have like laundry or something down here. Or we could just get rid of all of it. And I really don't like that our staircase is at the edge here. It makes me want to like pull this out this way so it doesn't look that weird that it's sticking out. But I don't know if that would make our roof line really ugly if I do this. It looks okay. I feel like this looks a little bit wide now. Also, this is not centered anymore if I do that. What if I brought this in one? Something like that. We could do something like that. How much did that change the upstairs is what really matters. I think that looks a little bit better though, because I didn't like how that was like stuck into the corner. Yeah, I think that looks a lot better. But then what does that do for up here? I think this place looks mostly okay. We'd probably want to like extend this out. I don't know. We can figure that out later. But then what really the big problem is then this like doesn't match the back of the house. But does it matter if it matches the front and the back? I don't think it does. Because we could just do this. So it's like slightly shifted over, but I don't think that really matters. And it looks fine. Like the inside looks fine. Although I do kind of think that technically the two-door house would probably have it be like perfectly aligned. So then it would be more like this. Which actually is also still fine. We would not need 2 roof pieces to do this, but I've apparently kept it like this, so. We would want to bring this in. And then bring this out. Yeah. So I think that keeps the upstairs looking fine. The downstairs is still a little bit bizarre. I kind of feel like I would want to like do this. But it's so weird to do that. I can't do that. We're not doing that. This will just have to be our staircase like this. So you would like walk in to some sort of like entry space. Maybe have a unit here. Maybe we could connect these as like separate units. Which is also kind of bizarre. But whatever. I don't know. We'll have to figure out what to do with this space because I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. What are you doing? Okay. So now the second question is, do we want to keep the wallpaper the same on the top and the bottom? Because a lot of Tudor houses have like brick usually, and then they have Tudor on like these like Tudor slats on the top. So we could also do that. I actually don't know where you find those. Maybe it's not in paneling. Ah, it's here. It's in the masonry section. Is this like stone or something? Maybe it is stone. So yeah, we could do something like this. Also, why is the lighting on this? Oh my god, the lighting on this lot is so bad. Let's do that, I guess. Is it better on the back? No, of course it wouldn't be. There's a massive wall here. So I really like using their like darker colors. Like something like this might be nice, or even you could go something a little bit like more colorful like that. I really hate the lighting on this lot. It's so bad. I think I like this like darker wood tone better. Or we could also go black. But I've also never used the lighter wood tone, so that could be fun. I don't know. Let's start with the dark brown for now, because that's pretty basic. And let's get that all throughout the top of the house, and then we can change it if we don't like it after. What the heck? Why did that grab stairs? This will probably end up being brick or something, so I'm not gonna do that. Okay, and then for the top of the house, I'm thinking we can just do regular slats. That way it's not like too textured. Something like that? I don't know. We could also do these. I don't really want to worry about it right now until I get like that general look of it down. We could do something like those. And then, I don't know. We could do like half this way or something. And then have like half going the other way. And then we would just have like a regular piece in the middle or something. So that could be interesting. Actually, you'd probably want to do this. I actually think that looks really good. So we could do something like that. So I'll keep it for now. I'm gonna move my mic. I don't have any filters on my mic, so you guys are gonna hear like everything. Now for the bottom, I want to do brick. We could do something like this again with like the wood, but I don't know if I really want to do that. We could also do something stone. I don't think our picture uses any sort of like stone or brick. My mic is like so far in the way. Hold on. Okay. So let's see. I was talking about bricks. We could do like an actual brick, but I feel like I like the stone better. But I feel like I do stone a lot, which makes me want to try using like a brick. But if I don't know, that looks so plain. I feel like I should keep the slats if I do brick. Which means I would have to do like this brick or something. Well, with the right wood tone, obviously. Do we like that though, or do we hate it? Do we prefer this? I think I prefer this, but I think I'm gonna try the brick first. Because I just don't ever use brick, so it'd be nice to try it out. We also have this if we wanted to use something like that. The only bad thing is I don't have a matching brick. I don't think they have just like a plain brick from this pack, which is kind of bad. Get together. Oh, they do have a plain brick, but it's not the same type of brick because this is like chevron. But maybe that's fine because I want to use that over here. Oh, but it's gonna have the wood on it. That looks bad. Okay, never mind. We'll have to pick a different brick completely if we're going to, oh, great. Why do they have this in a whole different pack? I could not tell you. This is also a nice brick that we could do. And that we could do without the slats. No, I take it back. We'll do just the regular red brick here. Okay. I think this looks pretty good. I know it's like super wonky, but I'm okay with that. Probably just want to do plain siding on the sides of these. And then I'm going to pull that same brick that we used here on this. Because I think that makes more sense than having like that wood part. Because these would be like columns. Yeah. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm gonna try to copy this pattern over here and see if it translates the same way. And then, actually, yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. And then we're gonna want to get some exterior trim. Probably a wood. That feels like a very inside wood color. So, that might be okay. Do we want something a little bit thicker? Because then we could do this. That feels too thick. That's definitely too thick. And that's too skinny. That's too skinny. I think we're just gonna have to use this. Yeah. So we'll get that around the area. I'm not sure if we want to copy that same texture thing that we've got going on this side. Probably. So let me try doing that as well. Yeah. I think that looks nice. The only bad thing about this house now is our floor plan. So that kind of sucks. For the... what the heck is this? Oh, okay. This is also going to be difficult. We could do something like this, because that's just like a random brick color. Or we could go for some wood, which would also probably be okay looking. Not really sure if the other houses have any foundation that we can... They have... okay. They have this foundation, which is what comes with the pack, so that makes sense. But I don't like it. So I think either I'm going to go with brick or I'm going to go with wood. But to tie all the wood together, I think it might be better to do wood. So I'm going to try wood. The only bad thing is I don't think that these should have foundation on them like they do. So maybe that one I'll try to keep brick or something. But it also looks really weird because... I don't know. We'll just do that for now. Oh, we could also do like a brown. I don't know. I'm gonna keep it like that because I can't think of anything better to do. The other question is if we want this to be on like stilts since it's a porch. No, I don't think so. Same with this. I don't think that this should have like the same foundation, so I'm gonna do that. But I think the rest of it looks okay. This actually would look really nice as like a regular house. I'm gonna save this. Now we need to figure out window situations. I would probably want to try to use the pack or base game. I'm going to pull up the pack first just to kind of see what our options are because I do really like this window. I feel like this door does not match the aesthetic of this house. The red looks kind of nice. Maybe if we did this, I don't know. I feel like it looks bad. But we don't really have like better doors. Also, I'm kind of wondering if we even want the door to be like centered anymore. Because the stairs are here, so wouldn't it be better to just like enter to the stairs? Probably not. But then we need a wooden door that's like rounded, and I don't think we really have anything like that that's good. Like we have this, which looks really goofy. This might be kind of nice. They're just like French doors. I really wanted to use this door because I like never use it, but I don't think it makes sense. There's also... Oh wait, that's the one we're already using. We could use this one. I just think it looks weird on the outside. Like there's no windows. It doesn't look like an outdoor. What was the door that I was originally? This one, right? This one doesn't match their wood tones that we have. That really sucks. Because we could do this, but it just doesn't match the wood tones. I'm gonna leave this door for now because I can't really see anything that would be a lot better than it. Then, I don't know, maybe this one? Yeah, I'm gonna leave the door for now. Why doesn't this one have a dark wood? What? Oh, it does. It's right here. Actually, maybe this one would work. It looks a little bit more modern than like what you would expect on this kind of house. But I kind of like it. But I also really like this one. It's just so small. And it's also... I don't know. It doesn't match properly. We'll start with this one, I guess. We'll change it to this one. And we can then change it again if it's bad. Okay. I'm gonna get some lights down. I'm also gonna get rid of the grid because that drives me crazy. Okay. I want to get some lights in here just so that we can see what we're doing. So the way this is going to work is one of these apartments is going to be for one of my Sims that I've already made. That's the whole point of me building, is I just wanted to play Sims. But you always have to like do a bunch of setup whenever you restart a Sims game. So then I was like, okay, now we gotta build. This is actually really nice that this got pulled out a little bit more because it gives this more space and we can actually have 2 bedrooms here now. Because we can have a bedroom connected to this bedroom and then we can have an actual bedroom here. Which is like a shared bedroom. Which is a little bit weird because I would have expected this to be the main bedroom, like the master bedroom. Because it's bigger. But I guess not. I guess this will be the main bedroom, even though it's a little bit smaller. I guess we could technically make it bigger if we wanted to, but this like fits perfectly in the center, so I don't really want to do that. So we will stick to this, which leaves us with the fireplace situation. Typically, I see people put fireplaces right against the chimney, which makes sense. The problem with doing that is that this becomes a very awkward floor plan. Same with this one. I'm not sticking with these chimneys, by the way. I'm just placing them temporarily. Which makes me think that I will have to make somehow like include this. It's gonna be such a weird shaped area to do this. Because we would probably have to split it. Maybe like this we could split it. Which is still weird, by the way. And I'm thinking we can probably bring some of this brick on the inside. I don't know if that's nice, but we could do it. So this would be like the living room, I guess. And then... I don't know. Maybe this could also be 2 bedrooms, because we could definitely fit 1 bedroom in here. And then this could be like a bathroom. But then you just have like this extra space. Maybe it's a 1 bedroom with a... This is like the kitchen with a dining space. I don't know. I feel like there should be a better way to fit this. It would definitely be better if I could just have all this space here. Because then, like, you can't reach this bedroom from like the living room. So then I'm inclined to want to add like a hallway here. but then you don't have 2 bedrooms. You have 1 bedroom, an awkward hallway, and whatever the heck this is. Unless we make this like a really small bedroom. Which I guess technically it could be a really small bedroom, but that looks really weird. And I can't really move this staircase anywhere else, can I? I don't know. If I brought this... I didn't want to do this because I feel like it looks weird when it's... But if we did this... then we could technically like flip everything. Because we could definitely make the bedrooms bigger if we do this. But I feel like that just looks really bad. Because, I don't know, why would you have your stairs going the opposite direction of which you entry from? Like, that looks really weird. That you entry from here, and then your staircase you have to like wrap around to get to it? That doesn't make any sense. But it does give us more space. I kind of think that this might have to be a bedroom, and this would be like our living situation. Because it makes way more sense to enter into this here than it does to like enter from there. I don't think changing this actually did that much though. I'm just trying to think. Because then we could maybe split like this. This would become like a really, really skinny hallway. And then these would be our bedrooms. And then maybe we could put like a bathroom situation like right here. This is a really weird shaped bedroom if I do this way. We could pull this out. Give this whole area to this tiny place. And that could also work, but then we would have like living centered here and then maybe like a small kitchen over here or something. And that also looks kind of weird, which makes me wonder if I can pull any of this out at all, but I don't think I really can. I don't know if us having the stairs here actually changed anything though. I could probably just put them... Oh no, it does change things because then you enter... Well, you could enter from here still. So we could keep our stairs like this if we wanted to. Oh, but we did push it back. Did we push it back? I think we did. And that gives you space like that. That could be a closet. Don't know what the heck this nook would be, but... And we'd have to have doors. I don't want to use these doors. Give me different doors. We'd have to have doors like here, here, here. So I think this would have to become like a kitchen space. What's my other option though? Like even if this were flipped, does that do anything better for this area? You wouldn't even be able to access the other place actually, so we can't even do it that way if we wanted to. These stairs are gonna drive me crazy because I think I need to make them 1 tile wide and just accept the fact that they're in a weird spot. Because if I do that, that would give us more space overall. It's just so small, it looks weird. We still have doors everywhere, and I don't know where the heck the kitchen's gonna go. Unless we like make this all one area, but that's so much space to give for 1 unit. And then there's this unit that's like sad and depressing and tiny. Can I pull this back 1 more? Is there a reason I didn't do that? I just don't like how small that hallway is. I guess it just looks bad if I do it like that, because then again it's like against the wall. But it would make our hallway a little bit bigger, which is maybe a good thing. I almost feel like we should not even have like a center door anymore. We should just like have some small door off to the side. But it would look really weird from the outside to have like an off-center door. Which is why I'm not doing it yet. I don't know. Let's start with this because I feel like I'm okay with this being a little bit messed up. Just because this is supposed to be like a house that got transformed into a apartment. I also am like really rusty on building apparently. The second question is if we want to do like older floors because this is an older house, or if we imagine that it's been like nicely renovated. Because we could also do something like this. I do think we would probably lean towards doing dark wood. Just to kind of stay true to the color theme from the outside. Like maybe it got renovated, but they tried to keep the original like look of the house. This is a really awkward hallway. This should be one more wide, I think. I don't really know what the heck this place is. I think it's just an empty space, to be honest. And we'd probably enter this unit from here. And then this unit would enter from here, and that unit would enter from there. Which means we're gonna have a lot of doors in this place. And I have no idea where we're gonna put the kitchen. I think we could probably put the kitchen along here. And actually, if we leave like space open here, this could become like the foyer. Foyer? That's what I meant to say. Foyer. What do you mean you haven't slept, Costco? Why have you not slept? Oh, these are like cute doors. What if we did these doors? Oh, I've just put that in their house. We would want it like this. Yeah. That's a little bit tight. Like, you would definitely smack doors doing this, but maybe it's fine. I don't know. We can change it later if we don't like it. I just thought that would be nice because then we'd have like a little bit... We could probably put the kitchen against this wall. Actually, maybe we could just pull in a little bit extra space from this bedroom because this bedroom's kind of big anyways. And to be honest, it really shouldn't be this big, so... We can do something like that. Actually, just make the whole place a little bit skinnier. That's still a pretty big bedroom. Yeah, a double bed will fit here, and it'll be fine. We could even make this 2 bedrooms, actually, because we could put this as another bedroom. Maybe I should have... Maybe I should split these and give this bedroom to this other person that has such a sad bedroom. But we won't, because I think we're going to make this in a studio. Because it's too small to make, like, literally anything else, and it kind of is messed up because there's a fireplace in the center. The other thing I don't know is if when you're, like, renting out, because I've never played the rent pack for rent, do you furnish their units for them, or do they furnish their units? Let me save this. Let me look at the lessons page for rent. I definitely passed it. Here we go. Life in a residential, building residential rentals. don't think it really specifies, but I think I should probably furnish them a little bit and give them like the bare necessities. I could also just Google it, so I'll do that. Do you want to furnish your rental lots in for rent Sims 4? Okay, so if I furnish it, then I'll get more money for it. So I'm thinking I'll like partially furnish them because I don't think it's realistic to fully furnish lots. But I also think, and I'm also not going to own this place. Like, we're going to live in it. And so for my unit, I'm probably just going to deduct whatever the full cost was for their, like, furniture. Or I'll furnish it after I move them in. I'm not sure. Because I want that to be their furniture. I don't know. We'll figure it out when we play. So that will be one unit. We could have technically made a whole nother unit here, but I don't want to. This will be all one unit. So we have 3 units in total, which is not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. Let's start with this small one because I think it's going to give me the biggest pain. Let's just put this wallpaper down for now until I figure out what wallpapers we want to do. Delicacy does this in like all of her videos because it gives her like the illusion of renovating, which I think is kind of weird. But we'll try it so that people can see like a before and after. So I think let me think about layout first and then I'll worry about doing the color scheme and stuff. I think we'll put a bed over here maybe. We could, I don't know, could we separate this into a separate room? Maybe. If we like split this, well actually I'd probably want to split the door. Like that. Oh, but that, maybe that's okay. But this is like right against the wall then, but I don't know. It doesn't have to be perfectly centered with this. We can also move this, so it's fine. We can center it against this wall like that. And we can probably just move this fireplace back. So then, oh wait, but then the door will have to be like right there. And then the other question becomes, what the heck is this space? Because this will make into our living room, which I'm actually thinking instead of having like, I don't know, because we could have, like, we don't have to have the couch facing, because usually I would want to face it against like a fireplace like this, but that's kind of weird because it leaves a lot of empty space here, so I'm kind of wondering if it would be better to do something like this where this is, maybe we just like have a fireplace but it's like along the side, and then we can have like something like that, so it's like technically you're like looking in that direction but it's not for that. But then we also need to figure out a kitchen situation, but we could put a kitchen over here, but I definitely want a TV on this. So we could put a TV here, but then what? We're just gonna walk into the kitchen? That's weird. Maybe we could do something like that, like this. Please hold while I figure this out. And then do like a dining. I don't know. I don't think splitting this up into separate rooms is a good idea. I feel like it looks bad. And I'm thinking we'd probably want to put the kitchen here. If we did split it, this would become our kitchen. Right? And then we could have like a little dining nook here, or we could just have full kitchen. Thank you for saving Wild. This fireplace is causing all sorts of problems, to be honest. Because I really want to like... I just feel like this looks way too small if we do it this way. But we could. I mean, we could do it like this. Maybe put a kitchen over here, and then this would be like a second bedroom. A really, really small second bedroom. That's also an option. And I think that might actually make the most sense, floor plan wise. Which is really funny because I didn't want this to be 2 bedrooms, but I think 2 bedrooms is what's gonna make this make the most sense. Because our other option... We could also put the bedroom on this side. Well, I mean, we could put the bedroom on this side, but what would really change? Then we'd have a wall here. Let me see. Would putting the bedroom on that side be better? Because then we could put the wall here. Oh, but then this just looks... that's ugly. That's big ugly. But we could also just put the fireplace in the bedroom, which is an option. I think that's bad. Okay, I'm gonna do 2 bedrooms, which I didn't want to do originally. We're going to have to put the TV on the fireplace, which I also didn't want to do originally. And then I think we would probably have our kitchen situation. Where are my cabinets? Hello. I think we'd probably have the cabinets over here, like along this wall. Something like that. And then maybe like a really small dining table right against the, what is this called? Sofa? We'd probably do something like that. So we would get like this and a couple of chairs. And that would be our living situation. And that's not bad. It's just smaller than I would have liked. But it's okay. And then we could also get some doors. We should definitely put in doors before we do anything, because the doors are gonna like dictate the entire floor plan. Do we want to do these plain doors? I feel like those look kind of boring. But I don't really know if there's any like good like to door types doors, because there's this. I guess this is fine. We could do these. But yeah, so you would have your bedroom and a second bedroom. Oh, but we don't have a bathroom. Oh my god, it got ruined so fast. Okay, maybe this would be a bathroom. They would just have a really large bathroom, I guess. That's really weird, though. Oh, I have no bathroom. Can I even fit a bathroom in somewhere else if I wanted to? Because, like, technically, maybe we could make this into a bathroom, but then this becomes, like, an awkward nook. But maybe that's fine. Because we could open this up. In fact, we don't even really have to open it. We could do, like, a spandrel or something to keep it kind of separate. We could also put the kitchen there, though. Where would we put the bathroom, though, if we don't... If we use this for the kitchen space... Where would we put the bathroom? Would we put it somewhere over here, I guess? I guess we'd put like a bathroom place right here. Right? And then we use this for kitchen. That's kind of worse though. I don't know. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna split this in like this with like a spandrel. Don't know why the heck that's glitching out. Because if I do that, then we could have a bathroom. And we could also make this like a little study nook, and we can get some dividers or something and kind of make it look like it doesn't belong in that part of the room. Right, because we could do something like this. And I think that looks okay. Maybe. Maybe I should not have started with this unit first, because this unit's gonna drive me crazy. I really liked having 2 bedrooms though. Is there really no way for me to fit? What if I just extended this? What if I just extended this out 1? Would that help me with anything? Maybe we could put the bathroom in then, like this. Please hold while I figure this out. Because we could do this. That is so small. And we'd still be able to have our kitchen space like this. In fact, we could probably make our kitchen space a little bit smaller if we wanted to. And then maybe have like a formal... This is so bad. I'm not really sure what to do. I think the problem is that if I wanted to extend this, I would have to extend this by 2. But I don't know if that'll look bad, because then I'll definitely have to extend this by 1. And then I'd want to extend this by 2. And then this unit becomes kind of massive. Like, shouldn't it be kind of the point to have like a challenge and have a small space? And then if we do this like area here becomes super weird, because now there's like empty space here. Which I guess would just become part of our kitchen. Like we would just have it wrap around. And do something like that. And then you could have like stuff for like, I don't know, a coat rack or something. Maybe that's okay. And then you still have 2 bedrooms. Or we could go back to having this be small, and then they would just have a really large bedroom. Or bathroom, I mean. I think I just like the concept of having the bigger space, because then we could have like a little office nook or something. But I don't really want to make this place bigger. So I think I'm going to go back. And keep it small, because the whole point is that this should be a little bit challenging. And I think this is just going to become our bathroom, because otherwise there's nothing I can really do. So we'll do that. Apparently somehow I accidentally deleted wallpaper back here. Okay. So that'll be the floor plan for this unit. And I deleted my doors. What doors were we using again? Get together doors. So then we would have door, somewhere a door would be here, somewhere a door would be here, here, and then in here. This room has so many doors. Again, don't know what the heck I'm gonna do with this space. We could also, again, if we wanted to try to have like a little office nook, we could extend this to be like a little oh wait, not that much. I meant like this. We could extend this to be a little office nook and then get a divider. And then this could become like a half bath. But because this room doesn't have a bathroom, although we could make that place have a bathroom. Like we have the space for it. So then they could each have their own bathroom. In fact, we could just make a bathroom here. Like this whole section here could be a bathroom. So then we'd have bedroom, bathroom, bedroom, another bathroom. So that's an option. We could also maybe make this just be like a separate desk space if we want. I just don't know what we'll do with this nook here. I wanted to put the kitchen along this wall. Whoa, what happened? Okay, here. I wanted to put the kitchen along here because I think that makes the most sense. But at the same hand, it like doesn't make the most sense because where the heck will the living room go? It would also be maybe nice if we had the kitchen over here and then just had the living room here. Like if the kitchen was like this. Which if we do that, I think I would really want to drag this in, but I can't really because of the way that I've just set up this room. Then it would have to be like that, and that's so small. But then we could flip it. We could also do this. We could make this the bedroom here, and then that could be a bathroom. Which maybe is actually better, because we could make this a little bit bigger. Okay, that's not bad. It doesn't really change much about the floor plan, to be honest, either. We probably won't have a 3-seater here. That seems kind of big. But anyways, I don't really remember why I did that. I think it was just to get more walking space. But yeah, so we'd have some sort of kitchen like this maybe. And then we could have, again, another sofa here. Unfortunately, we'd have an awkward hallway. And then, oh, but we need entrance into the bedroom here. Okay, but that's why we don't want to make this a bathroom anymore. Forget that. No bathroom. Bathroom here. We could also have a bathroom here, though. I don't know. This is a weird situation. We would not have space for a dining room unless we like decreased the size of this room. Which we could decrease the size of this room. I just don't know if we really want to. Because like, then we would push the kitchen in more. Right, so it could be something like that now. I don't really think we need a dining place here. This is like a pretty small apartment. So we could do this instead. Don't know what the heck we're gonna do about this room. I guess it's just an extra bathroom. Don't know what the heck we're gonna do about this empty space here either. I'm thinking we could maybe make it into... Well, actually what I'm kind of thinking is we could drag this out a little bit more. Which might be okay. Or it might be ugly. Not sure yet. It's fine. I don't care. It's fine. We can do that. That way we can make this a little study nook or something. Or we could have the living room like against this wall and then actually have a proper dining space. Or we put the dining room over here, or the, not dining room, sorry, the kitchen over here. Great. Something like this. Dining room, and then living room facing this direction. This is a massive kitchen, by the way. For how small this house is, that's a pretty large kitchen. And then we'd be able to have like a formal dining room. And if we do this, we'd probably want to extend this out one, which means we'd have to extend this out one, which gives us a little bit more space here, which is probably good. So I don't know. I don't mind this. The only thing is I really don't know what we were going to do with this space. But the other thing is we could use that to be like a really small dining area. but then what do we do with all of this space? This would definitely become like an entryway, which leaves us with this like extra block here. This like block of space, essentially. Which again, we could just make it, I don't know. I think this is okay. I also didn't mind having the kitchen on the other side. I think either way works. It's just I don't know what to do about the space. But I kind of think that if we put the kitchen on this side, then we could use that as like an office space. Because right now the kitchen's like intruding on it, so it's a little bit weird. But if we do this, then we could have like the office space over there. And we could still have a dining situation. Usually I like to have dining situations next to the kitchen, which is why I'm trying, like if I want this here, then I'd probably want to put the couch stuff here. But I think the couch makes more sense here, which means the dining nook would have to be here, and then we'd have like a really small like office type area. Or we just like make it a whole separate room again. Then we'd have another nook, which would be kind of bad. So I don't think we want to do that. I think we're going to leave this open. I'm going to stick with this for now. I just want to figure out these floor plans before I start like actually furnishing them, because if I have to make like a bunch of changes, it'll be such a pain. And that leaves this doozy of an apartment, which actually might be the easiest of all of the apartments, because it's, I think, the largest. I could probably extend this a little bit more to have more bathroom space, because having a big bathroom would be nice. But anyway, so I think here we would probably have the kitchen. I actually don't know where we'd have the kitchen. Probably somewhere over here. Where do we enter from? Here? This would be like our entryway. We could also put the kitchen in here if we like make this larger, which is a little bit goofy, but I don't mind it because we could have the kitchen here like a little galleyway kitchen, and then you enter into your living room with a dining hall and then 2 bedrooms. I'd probably put this on an angle because it looks a little bit bizarre. Like that. Oh, but the thing... Oh no, but we're doing galleyway. So galleyway, this would be fine. Because our other option... And I think then... Would we even have a dining space? This is a really awkward room if I do it like this. If I put the kitchen in here, I'd probably just lean it against this wall. But then the living situation, I don't know. It's the fireplaces. They're really killing us. Maybe we should not have them. But I feel like putting them there because we have a chimney, and it'd be goofy to have a chimney and then not have fireplaces. But we could, like... Because we would probably want our situation to be like either side-by-side couches for a chimney, which is fine. And then maybe we'd have the kitchen here and then some kind of like dining space over here. Which is kind of small. But then the other option is something like this. Great. And then you'd... Oh, but then we could have dining here. Kitchen in this corner. I think that's better. Okay, let's do that. What are you doing? I thought you were gonna go play with your friends. Okay, let's do what I just suggested 2 seconds ago, because I think that's gonna make the most sense. What is this space gonna be, though? A bathroom? Do we even oh, we have a bathroom over there, though. I don't know. We'll figure it out later. Story of my life. We'll figure it out later. Let me get some cabinets in here just to kind of see how this would. Oh, but we need. Oh, but this has to be the entryway. I'd probably want to have. Probably want to have a hall, like a archway here. Okay, that changes our plans a little bit, I think. Does it? I don't know. Because we could have the kitchen here still, or we could have the kitchen here. Let me just see how this looks. Having this archway here actually kind of ruined everything that I was originally planning. Because originally I was going to put this like along these walls. But we could just have like a long sideways kitchen, I guess. Maybe. We could also get an archway that's not centered. Which is probably fine as well. Because we could put this one here. And that would give us more like dining space. And it's fine. I mean, we can scoot this farther away from the wall so it doesn't look as bad. And we could even put, like, if we don't like that it's centered, we could put a wall and just kind of block it. But I think that looks goofy. That looks really goofy, actually. So never mind. But this is probably fine. At least it's a little more space for the kitchen, and then we could have a dining space over here. And then we would have bathrooms over there. So I think this downstairs ended up being like the easiest one to furnish. Because we'll have bathroom, bedroom 1, bedroom 2. I don't really like that this bed... I can't really do anything about that though. I don't really like that this is like right against the wall, but oh well. That's fine. And then we could probably center this here. So that we can put like a little table and stuff so it looks nicer. Or something like that. Granted, then the door is like right next to the archway, which is probably not that great. Could also do that. I don't know. We'll see how everything works out. But this would be our general floor plan. And then we'd have a kitchen. Here's my dining room. And then we'd have our dining room over here. Really, really small dining room. With like some chairs. But I think that looks... That's like a good floor plan. We could also maybe put the dining room over there if we wanted to. Which is also fine. And then... Although if I do that, I'd probably want to squish this in a little bit more and then scoot that out. But I don't really want to do that, so I think I might keep it over here. And maybe we can try to get like a circular table or something. Do I want to put this like this so it's like facing? I don't think so. The only bad thing is I have no idea what we're going to do with this space over here. But I'm thinking we can probably put like a desk or something. Or we could put the kitchen over there. But then what the heck becomes this space? Maybe that becomes like a desk instead. But it's kind of weird then the dining hall's there. Or the dining room is there. And also a desk. But we could put... Okay, but if we did this... We could maybe use bookshelves as a divider here. Actually, we could just have the dining room there, and then we can have a divider or something for like this extra space here. This is why I really want this to be centered. It would be a lot nicer because we could have like the full space. Like that looks so much nicer than the fact that this is like tucked into a corner. But I want to try doing it this way. And if we don't like it, we can change it later. Okay, so that's the full exterior figured out, or full interior figured out. So I'm gonna save. Why are you doing all my chores? What? I do my chores. Okay. Oh, we forgot. I forgot that the stairs deleted. So let's put some stairs back in. Do you want to see my build?
Maybe.
What? Only maybe. Okay. And then I want to do like actual flooring, but I want it to be stone. They use this in the pack, but I don't particularly like this. Although it does kind of match with this really well. But this one might actually, well, it's a little bit too big. This one I also really like, and I think it would look really nice in this house. I know it's a little bit goofy, but I think it would look really nice here. Yeah, let's try that, and if we don't like it, we can change it later. Although, well, this already has. I was trying to think if I would want to have a fencing around here or not, but this kind of already has its own fencing, so maybe not. So I think I'm going to delete this because I want to leave a little bit of space for landscaping. I want this to have a full entry because this was technically supposed to be a place to park your car, but we're not doing that because there's no cars in the game. So that would become like a little walkway area. We'd have some stuff. I don't really know what we're walking to though. Maybe we could make this like a little patio type situation. I don't know. Like that. And we can get some like tables and stuff. We can also have a walkway to the trash section of the house, which would probably be somewhere over here. Don't know where over here, but maybe over here somewhere. I don't know. Whoa, my chimney has dislocated. There. Okay, so I think that would be our exterior. Well, now we need windows. This build is so exhausting. I don't want to do it anymore. We probably want to stick with this like old gross looking. Is that the same one that it's using? No, it's not. They have a different, they have this one, I think. Yeah, we definitely want to copy the kind of old shingles. I really like this because it looks really fancy. So maybe we can try using that on this build. I don't know if it necessarily suits the vibe, but I like it, so we're going to go with it. And now we just need windows. So the question is, do we want to use older windows or newer windows? And I think because this house has been kind of renovated, maybe we can try getting away with some newer windows. But we also need to be mindful of our floor plans that we've just spent hours on. So let's see. I don't think this area is gonna have any windows, but this area would be nice with some windows, and the ups. Oh, this is gonna be so hard. We're probably not gonna use this bed though, so it's probably okay. What is this? Why do I have this here? Oh, it's a bathroom. Right. So I want to do single tile bed or single tiled windows probably because it'll be the easiest to like separate out. I kind of like these windows to be honest. But I don't really know if they suit the vibe. But they're like nice and they're kind of chonky, so they look really good. And they fit the area really well. But they're not wooden, which is a problem. But if we did use these, we could go back to the other door I liked because they match the door. I don't think we can use these though. I don't think they look... Unless we use the black. We could do the black and then it'd probably be fine, but... Let's look a little bit longer. We could also maybe use cats and dogs. Their windows probably suit this build pretty well. I think they do. Because that looks pretty nice. But if we did use cats and dogs, I'd want to get some taller ones as well. I also really love this window, but I don't think it suits this house because it's industrial. This one's nice, and this is base game. Let me see what other cats and dogs. Did they have like, oh, they do have taller ones. Oh, that's good. Because I would definitely want to have a taller like window situation here. Maybe even like just this is kind of nice. And to get like 2 of them. But they don't. We would have to kind of shimmy them together. Oh, that's so not connected properly. This is gonna be so hard. Okay. I don't know if that's perfect, but I'm gonna leave it for a second. I just want to see what it looks like. And I think it looks pretty good. And then we can probably do like the smaller, like 1 wall height windows over here. Let me see what we've got going on. Because we have some walls here that I have to be considerate of. But we can probably stick like 2, maybe like 4 like along the whole way. Yeah, that looks pretty good. We could also just do 2, which also looks okay. I'm gonna leave it with 4 for now. What are you doing, Ian? What are you doing? You're trying to steal my dog from me. This we would want to center, like right here. And right there, probably. Well, they're not perfect though. It is not perfectly centered. We'd probably want to overlap the wood. Yeah, maybe something like that. And that gives them pretty nice windows. It kind of bothers me that the centers are different here. I can't really fix that though, so we could also... No, we can't. There's just no way to center those properly. And then we've got this situation to figure out as well, which I'm thinking we can do small windows for this side of the house, because I really like how nicely these just like fit here. And we could maybe just... That's a lot of windows though. Let's chop 1 off each side and just have 3. And we'll probably want to put them a little bit lower because they're a little bit tall. Let me see. Let me see if I can kind of... Because I kind of like them being above this, like... Because they fit really perfectly, like, right here. So it looks really nice to have them right above, but I think on the inside they look a little bit tall. But maybe that... I don't know. Maybe that's fine, because you'd have, like, a desk here or something anyways. I think that's fine. We also need to fix that for these ones too. These are definitely not centered. I don't know why there's so much space between this one compared to the other one. It's really bizarre. And it kind of sucks because I don't know. Well, okay, I like need this to be here because of the wall. So I think we're just gonna kind of have to go with it. That they're like this. That actually looks more centered. I don't know why I'm having issues seeing like the fact that it's centered, because this is like very clearly not, because this is like on the wood and this one's off the wood, and I don't really know how to fix that. I don't think I can, because I need that one to be off the wood on the other side. But we could also separate these like that and give them some separation. Because that looks okay from the outside. I don't know if that looks okay on the inside. It does not look good that this is like cut off here. What if we just got rid of, you know, this window? What if we just had 2 windows like that? Because that looks centered. It's sad that that room gets less windows, but it like looks fine. Or we could just have no windows and put the windows on this wall instead. And that's like the side of the house, so like who really cares if it looks ugly anyways. So we could do that and just put these here. Because then they can have like a nice, they can have a lot of windows and it's like not in the way. It could be in front of their desk or something. I think that's better. Now over here and here, now we just need to the back of the house. I really hate when the grid comes up in this. Okay. Still struggling. The back of this house is so gross. Because there's a wall in the middle. We could maybe do like... Well, actually, what if we use the taller ones from Cats and Dogs? Oh, these are also nice. Maybe we could use that against this like kitchen or something over here. Actually, that might be... Well, it would... That would be such a nice window to have, but we have our stupid... Well, I don't know. Never mind. I'm gonna worry about that later. I was saying we could have this like taller window, and we have like 3, and then maybe we could give this one a second window over here. And I think that would probably look fine. We probably want to lower them a little bit, but I don't know how much lower, but yeah. So that looks nice. We could do that. We could also just give them like a nice big one here. And just not care that it's centered. So then they'd have like one, whoa, what the heck? They'd have like one right there. And then we could do the same thing on this side. Then this house has a lot of windows on the back. Which is funny because there's like nothing to look at in the back of this house. You're literally looking at a wall. But oh well. And then here we could do... Here we could probably do the big windows again. Like this one might be kind of nice. We could even double it up probably. Well, actually maybe not. We could double it up if we overlap it, which might look okay on the outside, but I don't think it'll look okay on the inside. Yeah, I don't think it looks okay on the inside. So we could also do these. And we'll do them in wood again. And that probably looks fine on the outside. Yes, it does look fine on the outside. I'm not trying to load the marketplace. I didn't mean to click it. Which leaves this area for the windows. And I'm thinking over here we'll probably just have small windows. Because there's not really like... I don't know. There's not like a lot of space. We could have... we could have a huge row of windows, but I don't think that would look good. Okay. I think that looks good. We now have windows all across the house in pretty good spots, I think. Maybe these ones should be larger. I don't know. I think these ones might need to be larger. But actually, wait, isn't this the place that has a bathroom? It'd be kind of hard to do larger windows here. We could pick the taller ones. I was thinking about doing this, but it's not gonna fit. This might fit and look okay. No, it does not look okay. Never mind. Yeah, we could just do individually 3 taller ones here and call it. Because I feel like this looks so short. Maybe we can give them a window on the top of the roof too. Just like another window. We could even connect them to make them look like it's supposed to be one window. Even though your Sims will never be able to use that window. I mean, it's that or we put the windows on the other side of the house, which looks stupid, so never mind. Okay, so I think we have the full floor plan figured out. I'm getting hungry. Let's start doing landscaping. I want to use this little fence that we have. I think we have. Maybe I'm crazy. No, this one. Because I think this is super cute. And I think it'll be nice to landscape with this. So I want to use that. Still not sure where I'm going to put the trash yet. Oh, we also need trees. We definitely need trees to hide whatever the heck's happening over here because it looks goofy. And then I also forgot that we need to add the roof piece on this. Wanted to cover one height and then we can maybe make it a little bit taller. Probably don't want the roof trim to be out like that. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to put trees or something here to hide how gross that looks. But let's start with some landscaping. I really like these little flowery bushes. So we could get some flowery bushes and maybe some of these like smaller trees. Flowery bushes and what type of trees are they? I like this one, but I don't know if they have that. I don't know if that's actually part of the game or if it's in debug, and I don't really want to go into debug. So if they're not here, I'm probably just gonna find... This one might be nice. I'm gonna take that out. Oh, this one's also pretty nice. Oh, that's tall though. What if we sized it down? Would it look more like it? Not really. They also have a lot of these like tall shrubs, which we could use, and we can probably use it to hide whatever the heck's going on this side of the house. just plop one in there. Okay, let's get these bushes ready to go. Really like these hydrangeas. Ooh. Oh, this has like a whole row of them. Wait, I'm so totally using that on this side of the house. We can give it just like an extra one because it's not enough. Oh, but you can tell that they're not connected. Never mind. I can just stick another one in there. Maybe? No? Yeah. Okay. Oh, they have different sizes? Wait. Oh wait, that's so cool. They never add different sizes of things. Maybe we can get the small one here too. No. I think I like the big ones. I don't think I want to use a small one. I just like how beefy these look. They look really good. Yeah, so we'll do that and we can get smaller ones somewhere else. And we can get some like low-lying plants on the bottom to kind of blend everything. To make it look more like grasses over there and stuff. And then I don't know if this is the color of hydrangea we want. I kind of like the yellow's kind of nice. What if we did yellow? I feel like that looks more basic. So maybe that's nicer. So now we have that. I really want to use these like tall ones, these like really like long ones, but because it doesn't like fit perfectly, I feel like it looks kind of weird unless maybe we add like a tree or something. Like not a tree, but like a shrub like these on either side. What happened to my windows up here tonight? Oh no, I put them on the side, I forgot. Like if we did that, that also looks goofy, so never mind. Never mind. I do want to use this tree though. I'm gonna get rid of these. We can have something else over here. Maybe we can put more hydrangeas, but add like a mixture of other plants as well. Oops, I did not mean to do that. So we can do like 3 hydrangeas again. But then add some other plants. Maybe some roses, because I really like the roses in this game. Except I don't see the roses, which is a problem. They're probably in the flowers. These ones. I really like these. No, that's not the ones I really like. These ones. Although I kind of don't like how they stand like this. So maybe we should do these. But then I kind of think maybe we should do the smaller hydrangeas because it gives us more space to kind of put more plants around. These ones. Yeah. It just gives us a little bit more space to put these in. And we can kind of... We don't have to put these like perfectly with each other. Like this one can stick out a little bit more. This can kind of stick out. And then those are kind of in the back. And then we can add like dirt. For the terrain, I probably want to use soil. Like this. Why are you telling my doggy to shush? I really like these. We can also stick some of these in the back. Okay, so these are supposed to be yellow. Although, now that I'm looking at them, I kind of don't like the yellow anymore. Oh, That's really nice. Okay, no, you know. What if we did blue? Because I feel like the blue and the red contrast each other really well. And then we can also get these in this like purpley color, and that looks really nice. But then we could also do these in purple. But then what would we do these in pink? I feel like then these would have to be red, but we don't have a red color, so they'd have to be blue. And that gets me back at putting these on red, because I think the red was nice. But then I think these will also have to be blue. So I'm going to go back and change these. So I think that's nice. Need to add the terrain color here as well. And then I guess we want, do we want to put like low-lying flowers kind of on these? Because this looks really, well, I don't know. I guess we can put a few. Oops, did not mean to grab that. Because if we do this, we could kind of do that. And that maybe looks good. I don't know. I'll have to come back to it. And I do want to use these trees. I don't know if I want to use this tree anymore. But I'm thinking we can kind of line these along the property. Like maybe over here as well. Just kind of to decorate a little bit. There's an entryway over here too. I guess maybe we should connect these, shouldn't we? Probably should. Let me do that. So that's probably about as wide as that entry is. And then we probably want to bring this over and around this way. Across, I think. Yeah. And then we can put the trees over here to align the property like I wanted to originally. But then I'm like, don't we want them on the other side? So maybe... Hold on, maybe we do this. We want to have 3 each. This is not centered. I'm gonna worry about that later. Actually, we could just bring that over. And we'll do the same thing on this side. What are you talking about? Nothing can be cloned. Again. Oh, but this side isn't as long as this side. So this actually is a little bit uneven. It looks kind of goofy because we already have a tree here. But we should probably have them lining, which makes me think that I'm going to get rid of this. That does take away our ability to hide the ugliness, but oh well. We can probably get a taller one over here. I would really like to put the fence here, but I can't because we can't draw on the edge of the lot. I don't really understand why The Sims doesn't let you draw on the edge of the lot, to be honest with you. I feel like that's kind of weird. But you can't do anything about it, so oh well. I'm gonna copy the same thing we did over here with these like red flowers. And probably some, maybe like alternate it with some hydrangeas or something. 2 in the middle. Get like a big hydrangea in the center. Or we could do like this again. Well, they don't fit though. Right, forgot. And then I probably want to copy the same type of taller flowers because I really like these hollyhocks. Oops. Probably want to put them all in there so that it kind of hides the fact that those look weird. And then we'll want to paint it with dirt. Maybe here we'll just have some bushes. Like the lime bushes, question mark. These might be nice too, actually. We'll do these. I don't know if those are going into the wall a little bit. Because they kind of, yeah, they look like they are. You can just scoot those out a little bit more. Maybe actually make them shorter. Because if we do that, they'll be a little bit skinnier. Oh, but then they don't fit the wall. Never mind. We'll just make them taller and then scoot them out a little bit. I'll scoot them that way. Yeah, and then we've got our tree, which can sit in the center. And then that's the exterior kind of done. I'm thinking over here we could put some like planter pots because that would be kind of nice. And we could get like a grill in this like back area. This is actually really cute and I've never seen this before, so maybe we can use that. It's a little bit tinier, so it fits in pretty well. And then we can just get some nice tables out here. These are also kind of cute, so we could use those. Because they have umbrellas, and that one's covered, so it makes sense that it doesn't. But these ones might be kind of nice over here. I need a chair. What pack did this come with? Because they have to have matching chairs, right? I don't even know what pack that is. Riviera Retreat Kit. This would be kind of nice too. Does this not come with chairs? Okay, it does. The woods don't match what we're going for, but maybe that's fine. What's this? Oh, it's a fire pit. I don't think we're looking for a fire pit, to be honest. Could probably do this in all black, and that would match. Or the red could look nice, or maybe the yellow. The yellow's nice. And it's just white chairs, so it's okay. The other option is orange, because orange has our has the color tone we're using. So we could do orange, and that's also fine. That color, oh, this one. And we could mismatch a little bit, maybe. We could do pink on these ones. No, I take it back. We're not going to mismatch. We'll just do orange. Yeah, so that gives us some nice tables outside. Don't really know if we would have a fountain anywhere. That feels a little bit bizarre. But I mean, we could put one like right here. It just doesn't look like it belongs there though, so I'm gonna get rid of it. This is also really cute. And we could get that just like in the front of the lot, or maybe on this side of the lot. Where do you want to put trash cans is actually another important question. So we have not placed trash cans anywhere yet. I'm kind of thinking we can just, well, then we should put them on this side though. Maybe we put the trees over here to hide the trash cans, because trash is gross. So we can do that. And then here we can have this thing with some planter boxes underneath it, and I think that would be really nice. What are you cooking? You can't hear me. You can never hear me when he's in the kitchen. So we can put some planter boxes here, which I think is kind of cute. I would like to put 3. Yeah, I think that would fit. And we'll do it in like this dark wood. Or do we want it black? Black might be nicer. We'll do that. And then on this side, I'm gonna get a little fence to hide our trash can. And we can put trashes over here. I don't think that's the kind of fence we want. We want something that's like going to hide it, like actively hide it. So I think we're actually going to go with this one. Because this would definitely do a better job of hiding it. And then we need a door. I think that belongs to this door. So we can stick that over there. And then we just need some trash cans. We could get a dumpster. That feels fitting. I feel like this place would do a good job of making sure that their dumpsters are not getting vandalized. So maybe we just get like a blue dumpster and then a couple of like regular trash cans. Maybe like 2 green ones for like recycling. And then that'll be the trash section of the house. And then over here we'll have mailboxes. What? Okay, that was really weird. I'm gonna save. My monitor black screened for some reason, which was a little bit weird. It does that sometimes randomly, and then Coot said that his does that, so maybe it's like normal, but it's kind of weird. Like, I just bought this, so I feel like I shouldn't be doing that, but whatever. We definitely don't need that many, so maybe we just do these, because I think there's only 3 units in here anyways, right? The red's kind of cute. Should we do green? The green looks crusty though, so I think the red. So I think that kind of finishes the exterior without like doing too much. I think that looks really good. I do kind of think that maybe this should come in one. Like I feel like it should be like that. But then there's like not a lot of space in here. But if we do that, I don't know, I think that looks nicer. The other question is if we want to put stone here or not. Or if we just want to leave it as grass. I do want to move this a little bit because I don't like that it's clipping like that. We can scoot this over a little bit as well. Yeah. Is there not just like a black version of this? There's a green version, but it looks disgusting. So I guess we'll stick with the blue. But yeah, I think that's the outside like mostly finished. I don't really see like a lot left to do here. except add some flooring, and then probably add a little bit of terrain paint everywhere. Adjust the softness a little bit. Pit pat. I don't really like using, I'm gonna undo that actually, because it always adds like those weird little white specks. I prefer to use like the mud for like general terrain painting. And I usually like to add a little bit of terrain paint underneath anything, and then along like these sides. I feel like this should be a little bit darker. I'm gonna increase the, whoops. Oh, that's way too much, never mind. Also, I'm gonna increase this a little bit, and I'm actually gonna stick to this, and we're gonna do like the very, okay. Never mind, I'm going back to having like super soft, because then I can just kind of pit pat it down. And I think that looks good. Yeah. And then same over here. And then I'm gonna go back to these circles so I can paint over my trees. Okay, I think that's the exterior done. I'm trying to debate if I want to try doing the interior right now or if I want to leave it. Because I do want to do the inside of like my apartment. I don't even know which apartment I want to use for like my Sims. Because I like this apartment. I also really like this one. But I think until I furnish them all, I'm not gonna know which one I want to use. So I'm trying to like think right now, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. I might honestly just like barely furnish these other units. I might just put beds and stuff in them and then leave them. Because I don't know, I'm not really gonna use these units. They're just there. I'm thinking this unit is probably the one I'm gonna use for myself. And then these two will be... Also, what the heck do we want to do with this space? Because like I said originally, I was thinking about doing like a shared laundry room. But it'd be kind of awkward if you just like walked in and there was laundry. So then I'm like, maybe not. I think this could be maintenance. Or actually, probably don't need to pull it out. I think this we can put like our boiler and stuff in. And then this could just have like a couch, honestly. Just like a little sitting area. To like hang out. We can put a TV up here. We can just do one couch and then like a bigger like TV, so if people wanted to watch like TV in this like shared area they could. Which is probably nice. We can get like a little coffee table, like something basic. Maybe like this. Yeah. Just like a little basic coffee table. What the heck is this thing? That's goofy looking. Get like a little plant. I probably want to plant over here, so maybe we can actually use this big tree here, because it's kind of huge. But it like looks pretty nice, so I want to use it. Never mind, it looks too weird. Maybe we can put this plant. No, that also looks weird. Oh, let's do this, because that's fine. And then for wallpaper, I definitely want to use something that has trim on it. This Riviera one looks pretty nice, but I feel like it's too fancy, although it looks really nice. Maybe we'll leave it, just to see if we like it, and we can change it if we don't. And then we can do this for the stairs. Probably want to copy this wallpaper onto these stairs, to be honest. And probably want to add a railing as well. We probably want like a wood staircase. Like that. And I think that looks pretty good. We can change the color of this to be brown. Maybe this can be black. Or maybe white. The white looks nicer. And then here we'll just have a door. Because this will be like, I don't know, we'll put a boiler there. Don't know if I should keep that as large as it is, because it would be kind of nice to grab a little bit more space from this. I don't even know where that stuff is. Like I think that the boiler and everything came from this pack. This thing. Water heater. Place in your reservoir space to provide electricity to all. Yeah, so we probably want this. This, I'm thinking, is it safe to leave that outside? I don't think so. Maybe if we put it here, I don't know if we can use it. But yeah, so that should give us electricity. And I'm thinking we'll probably put the flooring as concrete in there, actually. Because you probably don't want... You probably actually don't want, like, stone or something in there. Or not stone, but... Why are all the concrete colors ugly? I don't know why that looks like that. Has it always looked like that? Maybe. The other option is this, but... I mean, that's kind of nasty. Maybe it's fine. Okay, so we've got, oopsies, sorry, I hit my mic. So we've got like the basics in. We probably want some paintings on this wall. I don't know what kind of paintings. We don't live, I want to use the for rent paintings, but we don't live in that world, so it just doesn't like make sense. Does Get Together have any? Get Together has ugly paintings is what Get Together has. This could be kind of nice. Just looks like a nice city. Like maybe this is the founding family of this townhouse or something, or maybe that's all the residents in the picture or something. I actually really like this first one, so I'm gonna stick with that one. So yeah, now we have this whole area kind of figured out. Do I want to put a carpet in here? That snapped you out from your zone out? Sorry. Is food ready? What are you making?
Caesar chicken. It's
Okay,
chewy.
I'll end my streaming income. You have to wait for me. We'll watch a show together. Okay. Anyways. I don't know. We'll do something like this, and then I'll figure out these ugly floor plans later. And I think Amy's live, so we can... Do I even remember how to raid people? Probably not. Okay. Do I have a raid command? I think I do. And then I think I have like a subscriber one, but I don't know if I have that as a command. I think I used to just like type it out, so we'll do that. I think the reason I used to have that is because my like stream bots was, or stream elements was not subbed, so we'll use those. And then I'm gonna try to raid at because I think she's live. Let me double check. Yeah, so we'll raid Tigger because she's live. And she's playing Mario. So, have fun. Bye bye, guys. It said it was invalid. Wait, why? It literally came up. Why is it saying her username's invalid? Okay, it's saying that this username's invalid, but I'm pretty sure that's Tigger's username. So I'm gonna try using the raid button on actual. Twitch instead of using the command. Search. Tigger. There we go. Okay, this should work. We'll start the raid. Okay, bye guys. Bye, madam. Thank you. My dog's barking. She's also saying bye. Okay, bye-bye.